Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm doing a drugstore haul and makeup tutorial first impressions video for you. So the other day I went drugstore makeup shopping and I bought like a massive bag full of makeup. So all beautiful brand new products for me to try on camera for you. So I'm going to do a full makeup tutorial and I'm also going to talk through all these new products that I bought, give you my first impressions and tell you how I feel about it. So I have absolutely no idea what makeup look I'm going to do. I'm just going to see how it goes. So if you want to see what I create, then please keep on watching. Okay, so first I picked up this primer and it is the Rimmel London Fix and Protect SPF 25 Makeup Primer. So it's pore blurring, it's multi-protective, perfects skin by blurring imperfections. It's SPF 25, so good sun protection, lightweight, breathable, underneath foundation for prolonged makeup. Yeah, so let's give this a try. So it's definitely very sunscreeny and it's very liquidy. You can see it running down my hand. Smells like sunscreen. Let's see. Okay, it soaks in really well, so it's definitely not sticky or kind of sitting on the surface or greasy at all, which is nice. It does kind of have that glycerin kind of tacky feeling, which will make it a nice primer. It's not very hydrating though, so I would definitely say make sure you hydrate underneath it because I'm not getting any kind of hydration from it. It's more kind of just sitting on the surface. Okay, so for foundation today, I'm not using a new foundation. I'm using two foundations that I already had. So they're both from Maybelline, and it's the Maybelline Matte and Poreless and the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth. I like to use these mixed together. The reason being is on its own, the matte one is too dry and the dewy one is a little bit too greasy. So I find mixing them together, they make a really beautiful formula. And I'm using them both in the shade 115. So I'm gonna apply these both to the skin. Now the only issue I have with this packaging is it's like the pour where you have to pour it out onto your hand, and both these foundations are so liquidy, which means you have to be super careful or you end up going everywhere, like it ends up going all over the place. So I'm going to apply this foundation with a damp Chi Chi makeup sponge. Now I've talked about this sponge before. This is a sponge that I bought from the drugstore, and I feel for me it is pretty much identical to a beauty blender. Like I feel it works in exactly the same way. So it's looking a little pink. I think I'm just super pale at the moment, so it's just looking a little bit pink on my skin, but that's okay. That's okay, we can deal with that. Just gonna take it down my neck. Okay, for concealer, I'm using an old time favorite, which is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in Light Pale. And I'm gonna use that under my eyes, I'm gonna use it down my nose, side of the nose, chin, anywhere that I would normally use a highlight. I'm just going to use this concealer today. Okay, to prime my eyelids, I'm going to use this Revlon Photoready Stick Concealer in the shade Light Medium. So it's quite a waxy stick formula, and I believe you can use it as a concealer and a primer because it sets. So I'm going to use it across my eyelids, and I'm going to use my Zoeva 142 buffing brush just to blend that in. Seems to be blending quite well. It is quite thick, so it is taking a little bit of work to blend it in, but I suppose that means it's gonna stay. Okay, so to set all that today, I am gonna use the Rimmel London Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder, and this is the number 5 Silky Beige. I'm gonna put that on with my Zoeva 131 brush, and I'm just gonna lightly dust that all over the face. It is pretty matte, so I'm not going to put too much on or it's going to dry me out. And then I'm going to take it on my Smashbox contour brush and I'm going to set underneath my eyes. Okie doke, so it's definitely done a good job of setting. It's definitely very matte. I probably, again, for a dry skin, I would say just use it quite gently. If you've got an oily skin, I think that would be a great powder just for holding everything in place. Feels like everything's definitely set. Okay, so now onto eyebrows. So everyone who watches my channel know that I love the Benefit Browsings. So I grabbed the Rimmel London Brow This Way Brow Sculpting Kit, and this is in the shade Medium Brown. So like the Benefit Browsings, it's got the cream and it's got the powder. So I'll use the cream side as I usually do, and then I'll use the powder on top. And I'm going to use the little brushes that it comes with. So it comes with like a little angle brush and a little mascara wand. So I'm going to use the mascara wand to comb the hairs upwards and outwards. It's actually super handy. I love when the products come with really appropriate brushes, like this little one is amazing. Okay, and then I'm going to use the powder side. So I'm going to use the other side of the angle brush and use the powder side just to set that. Alright, so now I'm going to set all that with a brow gel. So I got the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper. Alright, so now onto the eyes. So I grabbed a couple of eyeshadow palettes from Revlon. I got the Revlon Photoready eyeshadow palette in 501, which is called Metropolitan. And I got the Revlon Color Stay palette in the shade Decadent. So I'm going to use a little mixture of these. I got this little brush from Revlon, which is a little blending brush, so I am going to use that today. And first of all, I am going to take this warm pink shade and I'm going to put this through my contour. So that's from the 505 Decadent palette. Okay, I'm going to go in with this chocolate brown instead because that one is looking far too metallic-y for my contour. Those two colours are together, I don't actually mind it. It's almost gone a little bit like a taupey purple. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. Alright, and then out of this Metropolitan palette, I'm going to use that top shade and I'm going to use that on the actual eyelid. So I'm going to grab my Zoeva 234 Smoky Shader brush And I'm going to apply that all over the lid. I'm feeling incredibly metallic-y right now. There is no matte eyeshadows in these palettes, can you believe it? Not one, all of them have metallic. And then I'm going to take this grey shade here just to depthen that outer corner of the eye. So I'm going to take my Zoeva 230 pencil brush to apply that. Then I'm going to go in with my Zoeva 231 Luxe Petite Crease Brush just to blend out that colour. I'm very impressed with that pigment. Very impressed. I never expected it to be this pigmented. Okay, so now I'm going to line the top lash line, and I bought the L'Oreal new 36-hour Super Line Gel Intenser. Oh! Ooh, comes with a little brush. Thanks, L'Oreal. I wonder why the box was so tall. I was thinking that must be a big old pot of gel. Okay, so now onto the bottom lashes. So I am going to take the chocolate brown shade that I used through the contour. So I'm going to put that onto a large pencil brush. And I'm just going to work that into the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take that grey shade and I'm going to apply that with a smaller pencil brush just on the outer corner, just to kind of darken the outer lower corner. And I'm going to go back in with that pencil brush. Alright, so I grabbed the Revlon Ultimate All-in-One Mascara. So I'm going to use this. I have no idea what this does, but I'm sure it does something. Oh, ooh. It's got one of those weird little plastic ones. What the hell? Can't decide if I like this or not. I'm a little bit confused. It's like the wand is very grippy, but it's clumping. And the formula is so thick. Oh, it sets like immediately. Okay, I'm gonna try it on the lowers. Oh my gosh, I literally cannot decide how I feel about this mascara. It's like, I think it looks good. I feel like it's really sticky. And it was like sticky going on, like it's stuck, like it was setting. Okay, so onto the face. So I grabbed a couple of products from a brand called Natio. Now this is an Australian company. And I got the Natio Contour Palette, and you get a free brush. So basically the brush it comes with is double-ended, and it's got more of a finer side, which I'm guessing is for like precise work, and then it's got more of a flat side. It feels like more like a buffing brush. And then the Natio palette looks like this, which has obviously got your highlight, it's got your contour shade, and then it's got your bronzer. So yeah, they're pretty nice tones. That's this one's quite cool, which is nice. It'll probably make quite a nice natural contour. Let's give it a bash. So I'm going to use the brush that it came with, even though I'm incredibly scared. So I'm going to go in with that contour shade, the middle one. And I'm going to apply it. I'm so scared. Okay, that brush is freaking me out. Freaking me out. Let me go in with my Zoeva 109 brush. See if I can resolve this situation. Blendable. It's just that brush. That brush, I don't get it for contouring. It's not, you can't, no. Alright, I'm going to use it to put a little contour down my nose. I'm just going to grab my Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer brush, and I'm just going to use that middle contour just down the nose, just to contour the nose a little bit. And then I'm going to use the bronzy shade in the palette just to add some warmth to the skin, using my Zoeva 126 brush. I don't know how intense this is going to be. Let's see. And then for blush, I'm going to use the Natio Blush and Bronze. Ooh, pretty. So I'm going to use those top kind of shades up there for blush. And I might just put a little bit of those on top of that bronzer just to add a bit of a glow. So I'm just going to grab my Zoeva 105 blush brush. And I'm just going to apply that to the apples of the cheeks. Now I think it is quite metallic, so let's see. And then I'll grab those two bottom shades and I'm just going to put them just on top of that bronzer. And then I'm going to go back in with that Natio palette and use that highlighter just to add some highlight to the skin. And then I'm going to go back in with that Revlon palette and I'm going to use that shade down here to highlight with. So I'm just going to take that under the brow. Alright, last step is lips. So I grabbed a lip liner and a lip gloss. So the lip liner is from Natio as well and it is the colour Tulip. Okay, it's very chalky. And like super soft. Like it's not a lip liner that you could get a really strong line with. It's very soft. Like I'm struggling to shape my Cupid's bow. I can definitely tell it's going to be long wearing. It's like starting to set. It's just really chalky and soft. Like I can't make a sharp line with it. That was beautiful though. And then I'm using the Revlon Colour Stay Moisture Stain on top, and that is in the shade Parisian Passion. So this is like a glossy stain, so I believe it stays glossy but it stains the lips. I'm going to put that on top. It's got a nice little heart-shaped applicator. Tastes like cake mix. Oh my god, it tastes like cake batter. Oh my god, that is heaven! Feels quite sticky, but it feels very moisturising. Like I don't think it's going to be drying, which is nice. I think it is definitely staying quite hydrating, but it is doing that kind of like cling filmy like wrap, like you know when you get a product that is long wearing and it kind of like it is doing that. So this is the finished look. I actually think it turned out pretty well actually. I'm pretty happy with it. I think the only things I'm not 100% happy with is my face feels very matte from that powder. That powder, Rimmel Stay Matte, is very, very dry. So when I put it on, it made my face feel like incredibly dry and it almost feels a little bit itchy. The eyeshadow palettes were incredibly pigmented, which I loved. Incredibly pigmented. There's no matte shades. Like I think I made it work. Like I'm happy with how it looks. It's full metallic. And if you're more mature skinned and you have a little bit more kind of crepiness in the eyelid, you're not going to be able to use all these eyeshadow. You're not going to be able to just use this eyeshadow palette because it's going to be too metallic-y and it's going to sit in all the lines and stuff. So I don't love that about this. I think they really need to think about putting like at least one matte that you can use all over or you can use in the contour. Mascara is... I like it, but I don't. Like I can't decide. Like I think it's very dramatic. Like it's made my lashes look very dramatic, but it was just putting it on was so weird. I think I just need to get used to it. I think I need to get used to that wand. The contour palette is, I really like it. Like I love the contour shade. I think it's a really nice color of contour. It's very kind of natural looking for a pale skin. The bronzer again is pretty nice. It's quite strong. Again, that's probably just me. I need to get used to how much to put on, and it's quite powdery, so you get a lot of payoff. The highlighter, I think, is a nice highlighter, but just not for my skin. It's too golden. What else? This is very nice, the blusher. I like that. Again, a lot of colour payoff, and it's got a nice sheen to it, so it looks nice and healthy and radiant. Eyeliner, love it. Love the eyeliner. Love the brush it comes with. Brows, I love the brows. I actually really like them. I think they're a really nice shade. It goes really well with my hair colour. I think because it's a cool brown, like it had the more grey shades to the brown rather than the warms, it looks a lot more natural on my eyebrows with my hair colour. Like I really like it. And the brow gel, yeah. Whether it would keep my brow hairs up all day, I'll have to see. But yeah, it went on beautifully and it's definitely held them in place. The lip pencil, like I definitely know it's going to be long lasting. You could feel that when you put it on. It was just a little bit too creamy. I couldn't get a nice defined line. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any questions or any comments or any tips for me on how to use these products a bit more beneficial, please leave them in the comment box below. Please subscribe if you did enjoy and give me a thumbs up, and I really hope to see you on the next video. Have a wonderful day and I'll see you soon. Bye. Poppy, are you gonna not play with shit when I'm trying to film? Oh my god, they put so much packaging and stuff, don't they? It's like really hard to friggin' even use the shit. How are you meant to open these products? They drive me crazy. I feel like all I've done is struggle. I'm on struggle street. Why? Why do you need to wrap a lip liner in this much plastic?